We apologize for that without sound. Now, in our first story, incidents of hearing loss are anticipated to increase in the near future due to the risk of ear infections, birth complications, and also noise in the workplace. This was said by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Professor BOTSWANA, during the commemoration of World Hearing Day held in Maun yesterday. Mpo Aaron reports.
According to the World Health Organization, more than 1.5 billion people across the world experience depreciation in hearing in their lifetime, and 360 million of those live with hearing loss, 9% being children. Professor BOTSWANA has encouraged the public to ensure that those with hearing loss and deafness are not left behind, emphasizing the need to support them in order to be independent and take part in community activities.
Jaaka lehasi re na le bokgoni ja gore le rona re ka ba balla buto le disebe tsa batho ba rona so that le rona re se ka ra iphitlhela re le mo bogorogorong ja batho ba bantsintsi ba go teng ba latlhegelwa ke buto mo mahatsing a tlhabologang a re tšhentšhenyo o ra rona gore le rona re dire gore re reetse dilo tsa rona mme re diretse ka tsela e leng gore e seife jaanong ke ntse ke bua ka gore so se sengwe se e leng gore re le lephata la botsogo re mo tseleng ya go se dira le se e leng gore ke bise dumelang gore ka ga e dirwa ka pela ke go bona gore re nne le tsone di-guidelines tseo tsa gore bana botlhe ba ba tsholwang le ba bannyenyane le ba ba yang ko sekoleng ba nne ba tlhatlhobelwa kutlo.
We have developed modalities and strategies to mitigate challenges relating to ear and hearing care, hearing loss and deafness, of which the commemoration of this day is one of them. So the objectives of World Hearing Day are as follows. The first one, we wish to promote ear and hearing care and relegate misconceptions on ear and hearing care. We want to raise awareness on hearing loss and deafness and to ensure that no one is left behind.
Re tshwanna ke gore re challenge re le tšhaba re challenge re le society gore phetogo ya gore batho ba kgone go tshela jaaka nna le wena e simolola ka nna mme ha e simolotse ka nna e tla tsena mo go yo latelang mme e tla tsena mo tšhabeng ka kakaretso. Ammaruri, the mindset change is a must as far as hearing challenges and hearing issue is concerned in the country.
The commemoration was held under the World Health Organization theme, Changing Mindset, Let's Make Ear and Hearing Care a Reality for All. Focuses on the need for societies and healthcare service providers to change their strategies, thought processes and emotions regarding misconceptions and stigma towards hearing and deafness. Mpo Aaron, BTV News, Maun.
The Executive Vice Principal of Regent High International School, Mr. Father Putejo, emphasized the importance of providing students with career guidance to ease their decision-making process and enhance their confidence in selecting courses after completing their school education. Mr. Putejo made the remarks at the career fair organized by the school. With the details.
Career guidance is often overlooked during early years, but it should be a priority. This guidance exposes students to different career environments and provides them with advice on which career paths to consider.
There exists a gap between high schools in Botswana and tertiary institutions, and we were hoping that we'll be able to close the gap to create a platform where tertiary institutions are having a conversation with high school students, because fact is, high schools do actually feed tertiary institutions, and therefore we're supposed to be running our curricula towards making requirements or towards meeting the prerequisite that are needed for tertiary institutions.
The career fair organized by Regent Hill International School attracted over 20 educational institutions which provided information on various career paths and ways to achieve them.
We assist students with university applications. We work mainly with universities in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. But we also assist with universities all over the world. It's not safe. probably try these other countries.
We are here to talk to these kids about our open schooling programs, to say to them that, look, in an event you didn't do well in your exams at Form 3 or Form 5, there is an alternative to give you another chance.
The event was timely for students seeking information.
There are less women in the sector of politics and with this international affairs and diplomacy, and if I end up as a diplomat and obviously gain more information outside to improve this country.
BKBW, they're probably my best ones so far, since they're able to go international and they have both of the degrees that I could pursue for.
It was also noted that in today's era, there are numerous career options available compared to the past, emphasizing the need for adequate information to address confusion among students. Hobulesibang, Buisarelom, BTV News, Gaborone.
17 candidates who were involved in the Botswana General Certificate of Secondary Education Examinations BGCSE malpractice last year have been barred from registering for all Botswana Examination Council coordinated examinations for a period of 2 years. The Minister of Education and Skills Development, Dr. Douglas Lusola-Thebe, confirmed this in a media conference held to announce the BGCSE results in October last year. The country was shaken by the discovery that some examination papers were leaked to 17 prospective BGCSE examinations candidates. The examinations were eventually held after a 2-week postponement. Solofelo Tombale compiled this one.
In October of last year, the country was shaken by the discovery that some Botswana General Certificate of Secondary Education examination papers were leaked to 17 candidates due to sit for the examinations. The examinations were eventually held after a 2 weeks postponement. The Ministry of Education and Skills Development has revealed that the Botswana Examinations Council has penalized all those involved.
Withdrawal of recognition for the center in question. So they are not recognized anymore as one of our centers. Secondly, sanctioning the center personnel from conducting back examinations activities for a period of 5 years and nullifying the results of the 17 candidates who directly assessed the question papers and further barring them from registering for back examinations for a period of 2 years.
The minister also clarified the details behind the incident in his answers to the assembled media.
It's one center which is in Silibe Pikwe, and there were 17 students involved, but you know it better than me. For now. Please bear with us because information they will be appearing to court very soon, in a matter of a week or 2.
The public was assured that the credibility of the processes of the exams that were held were thoroughly tested.
The processes were quality assured by the Cambridge University Press and Assessment. The assessment processes and the environment under which the examinations were conducted were tested and validated by the BEC board. And I'm confident that the results represent the true capabilities of the candidates.
The minister also applauded the media for covering the scandal in such a way that it protected the candidates and the nation at large. Solofelo Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
The acting district commissioner for Okavango district, Ms. Tumelo Tamasiga Chibua, has highlighted that the government of Botswana is committed to the empowerment of women as well as to provide them with means to support themselves and their families. She emphasized that women empowerment is evident through different initiatives targeted at advancing women-led business such as poverty eradication program. She said this at the International Women's Day yesterday in Ngamasere. With the report.
Ever since the introduction of poverty eradication program, Okavango district is one of those implementing it well, as the government has already capacitated 142 women-led projects in the Okavango district. The acting district commissioner says through the poverty eradication program and out of the 142, 6 were from Ngamasere village.
Poverty continues to deprive women of the right to a decent standard of living, food security and nutrition, housing, quality healthcare and education. One of the most challenging barriers to the welfare of women and persistent wealth gap between men and women is access to key factors of production such as land and finance. So I must note that International Women's Day is a monumental milestone written in the annals of women's struggle for freedom and gender equality.
Di palo dia supa gore motho wa make it wa mega thata go na le yo le wa rre o ka ipotsa gore tota ke eng le bone ba ba amega ke eng se le gore mo e leng gore ke bone ba e leng gore bontsi jana ke bone ba ba amega le morafe le setšhaba sa Ngamasere le boeteledipele jwa kgaolo ke tsone dintlha tse e leng gore tshwanetse gore re di lebelele re di sekaseke ga e leng gore go na le dikgopi teng re sutise dikgopi tsa teng gore bomme le bone ba te ba nne le matshelo e leng gore ke a boleng jo bo rileng.
Women were encouraged to teach young girls to be independent at all times.
Ha o rutile mosadi wa bo rutile setšhaba la nkutlwa batsadi go ruta mosadi ke go ruta setšhaba. Keletso ya me bomme ke gore le tse ka thwagalo thuto ya bana ba lona ba basetsana la nkutlwa ba gaetso gore ka moso ba bo ba rutegile ba iperekela.
Go na le mananeo a bo maboipelego gore ne rona re itirele ka diata ga o nna hela o sa itirele ga bo o lebagana le ene re hela gore sengwe le sengwe e se rele le sešabo ga ona o kgonagala.
This year's International Women's Day was held under the theme Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress. Dumisang Kelatilwe, BTV News, Ngamasere.
Lesego Chombo scoops the Miss World Africa title but misses out on the Miss World 2024 crown. Botswana had pinned their hopes on Chombo, who sailed through most of the challenges. Despite a valiant fight, the local beauty queen could not secure the coveted title of Miss World. Let's take a listen to the reactions of Botswana, who were at one of the watch parties here in Gaborone.
Top 4 is
our lady was there representing our country, representing Africa. We're really happy, but really happy. Botswana out there keep supporting the ladies.
We represent well. Now I'm sad she didn't make it to
top 2
to be Miss World. So then I expect the Miss World. But hella, it is what it is.
So far we've gotten top 4. She's Miss World Africa, which is still a really big deal. She made history.
As a country, she made us really, really proud. We are really sad as a nation, but regardless of everything that has happened, we are proud of her and we thank her for taking our country on a global level.
We are so proud of Lesego Chombo. To us, you are Miss World because you made it to top 4 and we are so proud of you. You are our queen. We love you, Lesego Chombo.
Manager at the Namibia's Operations and Administration Retirement Funds Institute, Mr. Sedwell Skolch, says it is important for Pension Funds Board of Trustees to understand the impact of the investments they are undertaking with pensioners' funds and risks that they may arise. He said this during the Botswana Pension Society Gala dinner yesterday in Gaborone. Monica Seswaela.
Pension funds play a pivotal role in ensuring the financial futures of many Botswana. Therefore, ensuring adequate understanding of investments carried out with members' funds, it is of critical importance.
We need to question what is being said and they need to bring it back home for us. We need to understand what exactly the impact of these investments are, what assets we are investing in, and what the ESG impact is going to be from a governance, social, as well as environmental perspective. So when an asset manager comes and tells you about the Russia-Ukrainian war, and apologies to the asset managers in the house, please ask them how that affects the Botswana Pension Fund or the fund that you are invested in. Tell them to bring it back home and make it make sense for you as a board.
As we come together to dine, to socialize and to celebrate, let us embrace the spirit of fellowship and mutual support that defines our pension society. May this evening reflect our shared values, our accomplishments, and our aspirations for the future.
The gala dinner was hosted post the BPS annual conference, which brought together key stakeholders in the retirement funds industry to share possible ways to improve funds performance in order to achieve adequate retirement savings for all. However, the need to avail data in such platforms was emphasized.
We want to find out how many people actually retired, how many people actually bought annuities. And we need to then have a material evidence to actually say, where are these people? And then we can write more books. I don't know whether we are together to say, actually, 500 people retired in 2024 from the report that is produced by NDP. And then we say, actually, only 250 people bought annuities, Ramakanza. And then the next question is going to be, where is the other 250?
Board of Trustees were further encouraged to teach members to be disciplined and to avoid continuously cashing in their benefits. Monica Satswaila, BTV News, Gaborone.
Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Mr. Khwatla Utlwetsi, says the Kgosi are the pinnacle of nation building and democracy. Therefore, it is important that they are capacitated to remain aligned with government's vision of transforming the country. Minister Utlwetsi said this at the official opening of the Kgosi Forum at Big Valley. Lone Sokoba with more.
Minister Utlwetsi stated that this inaugural forum shall pave way for others to be held annually as a way of bridging the gap between government and the Kgosi, as well as to introspect, reset, and reclaim their roles as nation builders and leaders of this country.
A chief is the executive head of the tribe, and as such, exercises executive functions. The first forum of this kind is a way of bridging the gap between government and Marara, as well as introspect, reset, and reclaim our executive functions as nation builders. Going forward, Mararami, the Kgosi Forum shall be held annually.
On national building, over and above many other developmental issues. Transformation. We want to rebrand, we want to transform, we want to change the way we are doing things for progression or for prosperity or better improvement in terms of service delivery.
Under the theme Arichencheng, Minister Utlwetsi indicated that this forum gives them a chance to rethink, re-energize, act anew, and embrace a positive change for improved service delivery. He further stated that they are transforming tribal administration by skewing resources to allow the Kgosi to perform their duties diligently. Mr. Utlwetsi also stated that the Bokgosi Act is overdue for review. Therefore, he implored the Kgosi to review it so it aligns with emerging issues. Lone Sokobo, BTV News, Big Valley.
You're watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now, moving on, women in Good Hope gathered yesterday to celebrate their achievements, efforts, and contribution towards the country's economy during the International Women's Day. On the 8th of March every year, the world comes together to celebrate the day dedicated to honoring their achievements and to promote gender equality.
On the 8th of March every year, the world comes together to celebrate International Women's Day, a day dedicated to honoring the achievements of women and promoting gender equality. In the small village of Good Hope, this day holds a special significance as women gather to celebrate their accomplishments and discuss ways to further empower themselves in the country's economy.
Women's economic empowerment is ensuring women can equally participate
in and benefit from decent work and social protection, access markets, and have control over resources, their own time, lives, and bodies. An increasing voice, agency, and meaningful participation in economic decision-making at all levels, from the household to international institutions.
Re hanu bagaetsho go tla go lo rotloetsa gore mme gone mo lontsong le go dira ra go lemoga bomma ra lemoga gore sengwe sone se ntse se dirwa mme ke ne ke re ke tsile gompieno gore ke re a re itshekatshekeng gore re ka tokahatsa ha kae jang ha re hetola dikakanyo tsa rona.
According to statistics by Gender and Child Protection Unit, Good Hope District continues to register high numbers of gender-based violence.
Gore re tsenye power le bomme re tshwanna ke gore be re go ga as a team ba ga tswa re bua ka dikgang tsa kgokgontsho mapodisa ga ka khona le nosi mabuipela ga ka khona le nosi gender ga ka khona le nosi khosi ga ka khona le nosi. We need to work as a team. Re tshwanetse go bereka re le mmogo gore re khone go hitlhelela mono re o batlang.
So we need to invest mo go rona bomme, invest in each other, invest mo dipolotiking, invest re ne re tsa bomme re ba isa go pele akere ke mo to go remelang go pele ha ise mme ke ene helo itse mathata ga akere gore mente ona le maneno hela le mantsi a leng gore a ka thusa bomme a leng gore o tsa mataga go bora are ha mo thusa wa go thusa gore le gole mmogo gore tshaba botswana go le gore bomme ba gole ba gaetsa.
With the theme Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress, men are encouraged to give support to women as they strive to participate in driving economic growth and development. By empowering women and providing them with necessary support and resources, the country can create a more prosperous and equitable society for all. Pearl Puduhudu, PTV News, Good Hope.
Botswana Telecommunications Corporation has donated mega startup packs to 30 village development committees from 30 villages to start businesses and generate income for their communities. This initiative forms part of BTC's corporate social responsibility program. Let's compare this one.
Botswana Telecommunication, in partnership with Bank of Botswana, has embarked on a journey to take mobile financial service to Botswana across the country. And on this day, BTC was in Khanzi, where they addressed the Khotla meeting.
Starter pack. Starter pack is a series of VDC in the Boy Simon Sanko Yasme, Kayo. Correlio Naharas Nakarum Pelu, Hakum Pelu, Labore. Un ganso de salei. Risio. De que le sale el canal me olena con la infiniela cava con la limosnega. Rabo y bona kai. Rebero bona hor harele Botswana. Lo santo lo na re bona hore tlhama ditiro ya. Ga ke re tiro ka bona la go ditopo kana go BTC hela. Nta re bona hore re ha VDC jang matla a gore le bone ba kgone go thusa morafe o ba disenya le bone.
Some of Botswana telecommunication services are being used by government, the Khanzi District Council using SMEGA to remunerate ipelegeng employees.
Ra le ka gore ile ngwaga no hetao wa 2023 ka December. Government ya a tsa tshetswa gore ya no ga se tsholo go duela ka di check. Batho ba le bantsi mo government ne ra mogela ka di check. Mme anong e bere nna ha tsiko component yone ya department e ne ntsiwa ke masagale ya SMEGA. Bere ra kana gore mme ano ka go ntseana kana anong go lebile rona ba ile gore hile teseletswa gore re ka khona gore re ire dithulaganyo tsa madi ga be re ya thulaganyo gore ya nong batho ba ntse ba mogala ka di check botlhe nka ba bua ka maina nka simula ka ba ipelegeng le ba ba supply mo dikolong bo dijo gore ya nong ka gore check ga eo a khona gore a irisa SMEGA ene sepatshi sa gago
ga o ka ke wa wina madi kana sepehela o sa tsenela khaisano ga o ka ke wa wina madi kana sepehela o sa tsenela khaisano bagolo ga go ntse go iraga ke tlo go batho ba re gona le bo miracle man ya ye I will like miracle mine.
Just as other financial institutes are grappling with challenges of scammers trying to swindle people of their hard-earned money, those with mega accounts are urged to be extra vigilant and not fall victim to crooks who end up stealing money from their accounts. BTV News, Khanzi.
The BOTSWANA Land Board will allocate close to 11,000 plots under the Maung Village Development Plan 2023-2043. This was confirmed by the BOTSWANA Land Board Secretary Mr. Tozo Tabengwa in a press conference in Maung, saying that they have successfully demarcated land to enable the impending land allocation in their area. Marita Kaisara with more.
Mr. Tabengwa says from the total of 10,970 residential plots expected, 3,872 will be allocated within Maung built-up area, which include infills, and further 7,098 are expected from the Polokabato layout or expansion.
Di 10,970. Me mo go tsonetse di le 3,872 ke tse di agare ga motse ke tse ile gore ke di infill go tshwara diphata tse di agare ga motse jaanong maikalo a rona se se dirile gompieno gore re dule re ile go diphateng tse re ile go bona gore ke di tse di teng tse ka reng hela ga go twe minister o sign letsatsi eno e be re ka go tsone ra go surveya gore diploto di nna teng.
Seronga sa Land Board le sehitwa ba simolotse go aba gompieno ba ba tlodisa tsa borona. Mme ke supe gore ke taka ke tlhalosetsa setšhaba gore re tla be re aba ditshetse mo kgaolong ya rona mo sebakeng se se kae re di kgaogantse ka malatsi le ka metsi. Metsologetso ke gore se tsotlhe tse re di beye mo kgweding ya March ga ya bokhutong re be re di heditse. Ke supe gore se se bakwa ke gone gore re a itse gore puso ene ya re beela seelo sa gore re abe ditsa di le 100,000. Mme mo bogompieno re le BOTSWANA Land Board re na le palo ya ditsha tse ene gore tabe re di ba tse di kanang ka 3,427.
Mr. Tabengwa says plowing fields are undergoing survey in Botatoro and Butibeng villages, whilst 179 fields have successfully been surveyed in Sihita.
Simuro ne re gatetse pele la go le bonya re gatetse pele ka gore ha re bua jana re na le masimo a re a segang ke bua jana le gore masabe a re ba ko Tjanoga ba ko Makala Mabedi ba go Butibeng go a segwa masimo a ile gore batho re tere nne le one re ane le batswana mme go na le mangwe ile gore one se tsena di plan ha ba hetsa ba tsena mo go a mangwe a botshukumutsu a bo Makakung jalo go go tsenela go Boseronga re sega one masimo a one tota makalo re ba ke gore ga re ba tipeo e pya gore ke kopela peo e re batang go e ba ke le gore re plan sengwe le sengwe be se ka
A total number of 3,427 residential plots will be allocated across all Northwest Subland boards this month. Marita Kaisara, BTV News, Maung.
Women play an important role in the growth of the economy. Therefore, the commitment for countries to invest in women entrepreneurship can potentially trigger progress. The Managing Director of Bank Gaborone, Ms. Udibile Makupe, shared this sentiment during the commemoration of the International Women's Day held in Gaborone on Friday. Kiritole Sumorakai compared this one.
This day was celebrated under a theme, Invest on Women to Accelerate Progress, speaking to the strong qualities of a woman, which enables her to wear many hats but still maintains poise, beauty and grace, leveraging on her ripple effect to empower nations, communities and economies.
The GDP of the country, whatever the hundreds of millions or billions, is actually able to go up by 2%, early contribution from women-led businesses. So you are doing a lot. You might not realize it. You might be employing 4 people or 5 people, but those people are taking care of how many people at home. Because if you look at your impact beyond just the people that you have in the office, when you employ 10 people, how many people do they take care of? More networking, like tax, we take care of our parents. Within the family, we have family members who don't work, because right now we have this scourge where people are unemployed. Like the social burden on those of you who are running business and those who work has been going up over time. Yeah, no, Pronamo Bozana, we have a bit of a problem because most of our women are actually unemployed. So it's up to us as women who have the ability. That's why I really challenge our to grow those businesses.
Today I'm proud to say, empowering a woman, like my boss had already said, In another language, we say watintum fazi, watintum bogod. Again, yes. So that is what today's theme is saying to me. But let's empower this woman. We know for sure she's going to pass the baton. This woman is going to pass the baton. And what do we have? The future is female. Yeah.
Gender equality still remains a challenge for women in areas of access to funding and getting equal opportunities. However, with consistency and determination, equity is said to be possible.
Let's recognize the critical role of women entrepreneurs in driving the African economy and Botswana economy specifically forward. Let's commit to breaking down the barriers we face and fostering an environment where our businesses can thrive. We are investing in the success of women entrepreneurs, but also in the prosperity of our communities and continent at large. Honestly, I dream for a day where we don't even have an International Women's Day anymore. Because by then, that means we will have achieved the inclusion and equal opportunity we've been fighting for all this long.
Among the queens were some men who had the opportunity to share wisdom on the importance of personal branding as an entrepreneur.
I always tell people that it's very important in how we use our time. We need to invest our time in the right things to ensure that we grow our respective businesses. So, for example, if you're using the likes of LinkedIn, you are sure of connecting with people within the same market that you are operating in. You are sure of connecting with potential suppliers. And that's also a platform that you can actually use to communicate your products and services to different people.
Fostering strategic partnerships and collaborations came highly recommended for these women entrepreneurs. Keletleletswe Somolekai, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Commissioner of Police, Ms. Diana Marate, has challenged women at Molepolole to believe in themselves and know that they have the potential to achieve their goals. She advised them to support each other and take advantage of existing government programs aimed at improving their lives. Ms. Marate was speaking at the International Women's Day event, which was organized by Molepolole South Constituency Office. Jessica Bidan.
Some of the women in Molepolole South Constituency celebrating the annual International Women's Day in Molepolole South Constituency. The day, organized every year by the Office of the Member of Parliament for Molepolole South, Mr. Gabo Morain, this year was very successful as it managed to attract multitudes of women to this event.
Mmene o na le seabe se se go godimo ka jalo o tshwanetse ke go neela tlotla yone e gompieno re leng gano go tla go le lemoga le bomme
a re ikitseng re le bomme a re itseng nonofo e re nang le yone le maatla a re nang le yone bomme dikgwetlho di teng batsadi ga gona ope wa rona yo o senang dikgwetlho.
The special event was graced by the very first woman to be a commissioner of the Botswana Police, Ms. Diana Marate, who encouraged women to be inspired by her success story and to know that they are equally competent as men to make it to key positions that were initially male-dominated.
A re itseng gore ko tafoleng ko ditshwetso di tsewang teng re le bomme a re gogeng ditilo ra tumeleng ko tafoleng re itse gore rothe re ka kgona mme ke re banana ba bannye mo go nna a re lebeng mo lehatsheng la rona re boneng gore le rona re tswaga re be re tlogela banana ba basadi ba makgarebe ba ba na le boikarabelo re ba tsentse mo ditilong tsa boeteledipele.
Ke botlotlo thata go be ke ema gape ga lona ke le moeteledipele wa ntlha wa mme wa Gaborone tota team ya nna re ke le bolele gore re na le maikaelelo a gore mo dingwageng tse di ko pele tsele ebe re bona go na le tautuna ya mosadi mo mosadi mme o ka nna bontle jang ga le motho wa mo lekolong.
However, the patron of this event, Mr. Morain, continued to stress that women need to be celebrated for their role as mothers of the nation.
Le tshwanetse go emiwa nokeng le tshwanetse gore le kgothadiwe le tshwanetse gore re le borre bogolo yang ba re leng mo maemong a harologaneng re le tseye tsia ka gore le tshwere go le thata bomma.
Even though women go through challenges like GBV, amongst others, they are challenged to raise their voice and unite to fight against GBV, which continues to be a threat to human rights. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Molepolole.
Well, that is the news this hour. Do stay with us, Jose Hongwe, on standby to take you through the world of sport. Jose, we meet again.
We meet again, Samuka, and yes, I don't know if it's appropriate to ask you this question to say, how are you?
I'm still reeling from the reality, but we are grateful for what has happened.
Yes,
we are grateful for what Lesego has done, but we move.
Yeah, we were eyeing for the crown, but let's congratulate her.
Most
At least she's coming back with Miss World Africa.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Give us the sport news.
Thank you so much, Samuka, and greetings to you all. As he has already mentioned, I'm Khosonka bringing to you Botswana Tonight sports news, and with that, let's get straight into it. Police 11 booked a spot in the Orange FA Cup last 16 after defeating 11 Angels 4-2 in a penalty shootout. Both the teams were level at 1-1 in a full time, and the game had to be decided by penalties. Let's take a look at the highlights of the game.
Topasa Police 11 le hello topasa 11 Angels e botala bana ba le bararo monno mongwe tswa mogolone funga muzila chopeletsa kgwele batari thogo ba ithabila ka thipampeng Police 11 ba sidirile 11 Angels e bua go morago a re bona se khupi Sasha power behind the ball aba hapanya kgwele aba dira gore go nna jalo 4 Police 11, 2 11 Angels.
I'm happy when games like this are televised and people can see what is happening, and maybe our officiating will improve going forward, because on the other day it will be somebody else. But going back to my team, I think we played very well. We were unfortunate, when we go to penalties, the team that always does well in the 90 minutes, in most cases they always lose. It was unfortunate for us, but we really played well, and we should have scored at least 4 goals in the second half, but it wasn't to be. Congratulations to Police 11.
We had the first half where we had so many opportunities that we created. Unfortunately, we couldn't convert. 11 Angels is a team that has energy. I think second half they were all over us. We lost the battle in the midfield. We lost everything in terms of second ball, first ball. We lost our combination play. We lost our structure. Hence, you realize that second half they were now trying to play this long ball, and we resulted in playing like the way they wanted to play.
In the other last 32 Orange FA Cup results, Tsabotle defeated Mogoditsane Fighters 1-0 at the Soroe Sport Complex to advance to the next stage, while Nico United eliminated Murupula Wanderers by a solitary goal. Tafik also made it through following a 2-1 victory over Sand Diamond, while Joining Galaxy thumped Holy Ghost 4-0. Taribia FC pulled off a 5-2 victory against the resilient Taunya Strikers on penalties, while Township Rollers saw off Kazungla Young Stars 2-0. And now into First Division, UB Hawks assistant coach Vincent Lamini says their well-prepared training program will help them overcome Prisons 11 as well as to do well in the First Division South League. Lamini said this during their training session in preparation for that crucial encounter against the Prisons 11 at SSG grounds on Sunday. Victoria Darken has more.
Placed 6th on the log standings with 19 points, UB Hawks come into this fixture in the back of 2 wins they garnered from the Orange FA Cup, where they beat Northern 6-5 in a penalty shootout, as well as a 2-1 win over Muchudi Center Chiefs in their last league game. Dlamini also noted that they have been training since Tuesday to prepare for this fixture, as they know the Waddas to be a tricky opponent. He added that they will be rejoined by 2 of their players who have been on suspension due to consecutive yellow cards. The 2 are striker Kago Sesinyi and midfielder Kagiso Mokaila. He however said they have one injury concern with their goalkeeper Lefika Ngwako.
We have seen them play their cup game. We went and watched them up. They are a very stable team. And if you look at it, the first round we played them up, we played to all draw. And you could tell they know what they're doing and they play with the experienced players. In this preparation, we want to use probably speed. We want to capitalize in speed or high tempo game, because I know they would break if we keep up our tempo. So the whole week today is to focus on raising up our tempo and see whether they can match that.
Even though they were knocked out of the Orange FA Cup competition after a 5-1 loss to Gaborone United, Prisons 11 managed to defeat Bury Black Forest 3-1 in their last league encounter to settle in position 7 of the log standings with 17 points. A win against UB Hawks is therefore imperative for them to settle in a respectable position in the log standings.
Batshameki ba rona botlhe ba teng botlhe kontle ga ba le bararo go na le goalkeeper mo injury le defending midfielder mo wa rona o mo injury, so re na le batshameki ba le ba ka nna bararo ba mo dikgobalo mme la go ntse ga mo pakanyo ya rona e tsamaile sentle thata. Tota so se ne re se lebile thata ke transition from defense to attack, attack to defense. Re lebile gore team e ra go tshameka le yone e tshameka di direct football.
The game, which is the only fixture on Sunday, will be played at SSG Ground in the afternoon. Victoria Dakan, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And now into basketball. Troopers Basketball Club suffered their 4th loss of the league yesterday, losing 81-77 to New Rockies Platinum Warriors in Week 4 league game played in Gaborone. Kagiso Malelekwa has more details of the game.
Warriors drew first blood, winning the first quarter 18-13. Warriors went on to win the second quarter 30-29. William Nyangu's men came back strongly in the third quarter and converted 26 baskets to cut the deficit to 5 points heading to the final quarter. Things went haywire for Warriors in the final fourth quarter, with Troopers reflecting well on the offensive side of the court and dominate the fourth quarter on both ends and maintain the lead until the final buzzer. However, Warriors came back to win the last quarter 81-77 to register their second win on the league, while Troopers suffered their 4th loss.
I think the boys got the work, but it's never like you don't say you want until the game is done. So they were reluctant, and even our defense, they were not defending. They were in the first quarter. So let me work on it and give them the morale. Tell them they are here with the big guys. So they have to know.
I think in the end, we started slow, and then obviously they took the lead and we were trailing the whole game. In the fourth quarter, we got the lead, but I think by that time, guys were a bit tired now, because it's very difficult to chase the lead. So when you chase the lead, it's very easy for you to get tired, and I think that's what happened. We sort of ran out of steam in the last minutes of the fourth quarter.
In the Ladies Division 1 game played on Friday, Dolphins defeated Led Ladies 50-45. Kagiso Morelekwa, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Karate secured another bronze medal at the 13th African Games in Accra, Ghana. The talented trio of Lesego Masimula, Lethabo Sekano and Amantle Leburu clinched bronze in the ladies team kata event. However, Masimula, who also competed in the female individual committee under 55 kg category, was knocked out in the preliminaries. In individual events, Kawonsala reached the second stage in the male individual kata and committee under 67 kg category, but failed to progress to the semi-finals. Meanwhile, female team committee finished 5th overall.
The team is doing very well. We have 2 medals so far, and Totahela, we had a target there. we should at least try to bring 2 medals. And so far we have 2 medals. The team is really in good spirits, and they're looking forward to the final event, the final day of the tournament, which is today. And BOTSWANA go high. Thank you so much for the support, and the team is giving their best.
And that is all that we had for you from Botswana Tonight Sports Desk. Until we meet tomorrow, have a blessed night. And once again, congratulations to Lesego Chombo for finishing the Miss World Finals on the on the top 4. And of course, on coming back with a Miss World Africa title. Of course, we were eyeing for the crown, but she has done the best. Let's keep on supporting her and giving her all the full support that she deserves. With that, let me bring it back to Ulibile Samoka to give you the headlines of tonight. Ulibile.
All right, Josejo, let's end it here. Thank you so much. Let's meet again tomorrow.
Oh, yes, let's meet again tomorrow, Ulibile.
Before we wrap it up, let's take a reminder of our top stories. Lesego Chombo scoops the Miss World Africa title but misses out on the Miss World 2024 crown. 17 candidates involved in the Botswana General Certificate of Secondary Education exam scandal barred from registering for all Botswana Examination Council coordinated exams for 2 years. Troopers Basketball Club suffers their 4th loss of the league, Rockies Platinum Warriors, in a game played in Gaborone. Well, that is the news this hour. Do stay with us. Weather is up next.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Lydia Watukomo. Looking at the current satellite image, clouds are visible over most parts of the country. Tomorrow, expecting partly cloudy conditions over the entire country with possibility of isolated thunderstorms over Ngamiland, Khanzi, southern southeast Gauteng and Gwening. In the morning, we're expecting warm temperatures over northeast with 18 degrees Celsius over Francistown. Also expecting hot temperatures between 20 and 24 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, we're expecting extremely hot temperatures over Kalahari district, ranging between 39 and 40 degrees Celsius. Also expecting very hot temperatures ranging between 36 and 38 degrees Celsius. As for the SADC region, partly cloudy conditions expected over Port Elizabeth and Manzini, with 32 degrees Celsius over Manzini and 28 degrees Celsius over Port Elizabeth. Clear skies expected over Maseru with 30 degrees Celsius. Antaru expecting showers with 25 degrees Celsius. Beira, Harare, and Lusaka expecting thunder showers with 29 degrees Celsius over Lusaka, 28 degrees Celsius over Harare, and 32 degrees Celsius over Beira. At Jerusalem expecting showers with 34 degrees Celsius. Blantyre expecting thunder showers with 26 degrees Celsius. That's the weather forecast. Good night.
The main reason we are here today is for capacity building and raising awareness on the new developments that are geared towards improving the archives and record management sector in Botswana, as well as strengthening collaborations, partnerships, and creating a platform for knowledge sharing. It is important